Well, this is a big Hollywood episode, folks, because, I mean, I don't know what's going on this week, but Jimmy Fallon...
Mm-hmm.
Jimmy
what
Fallon,
the fuck is that?
Well, they're just saying that
Where the hell did this come from?
He's a psychopath.
He's a psycho?
Look at this. Look at this.
Oh, my God. Look at that unhinged photo of him. Wow.
It's funny that just a smile could be, if like it's edited right, can make you look like
here's Johnny.
Your jigsaw.
Yeah, exactly.
Here's Jimmy.
So, chaos, comedy, and crying rooms inside Jimmy Fallon's Tonight Show. It was a particularly tense day on the set of The Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon. The host, known for his warm and congenial presence on screen, was acting especially dismissive and irritable during production meetings. A former longtime employee tells Rolling Stone. He stumbled through rehearsal in front of a studio audience who typically sits on rehearsal, blah, blah, blah. There's bad Jimmy days and there's good Jimmy days.
What does it mean? That makes you just go like, oh, God,
what the
I don't want to be around for a bad Jimmy day.
Like he's walking into 30 Rock being like, bad Jimmy day, folks. Stay the fuck away from me. It's a bad Jimmy day.
Holding a shank at his writers. He couldn't... Okay, so they say Fallon seemed to be confused during rehearsal that day in 2017 when he crossed out jokes on the piece of paper he's holding, riffed at the audience for a bit, then quizzically looked back down at the same sheet of paper. He couldn't remember he had just crossed it out himself, the employee says. I was like, oh my God, he seems drunk. He doesn't know what he's doing. This could be awful. This could be the end of the show right here. I mean, this whole article is just full of, like... There's not really, like,
What? It's just him getting a little drunk? Who cares?
He's just a hammered, fucking
his show.
excitable freak.
Don't make me defend Fallon. But
It's
There's
fine.
nothing he did.
he's the boss.
There's nothing he did to employees that was worse than making them write for The Tonight Show. Okay? Like, truly, that is a worse punishment than anything. And one of the most harrowing things I read in this article was somebody saying it was their dream to write for Jimmy Fallon.
Oh, God.
And The Tonight Show.
That's devastating.
Dude, that's devastating.
That's the saddest thing I've ever heard.
Are you reading this, John?
Yeah,
Why don't
I'm
you sum it
reading
up?
So, he would...
They have crying rooms for people to go in and cry.
It's commonplace to hear people joking about wanting to kill themselves on the staff, but that just, that's not saying much.
Hollywood,
And then,
Hollywood.
yeah, what?
Yeah, they would
the
refer to
world.
guest dressing rooms in the offices crying. These people are fags, dude. Crying rooms?
Yeah. Well, it's funny because Jimmy Fallon is so presentable as not that guy. Like, when I heard he got The Tonight Show, I never understood that because he's such an animated...
He's quirky.
He's not like a talker. I never thought of Jimmy Fallon as like, oh yeah, he's going to be great like asking questions or in conversation. Like, he's great at impressions. He's the only time I ever tuned into The Tonight Show and was like, that's fine, was when it's a skit where he's being able to show off what he did on SNL or an impression or something.
Yeah.
The interviews and everything, it's horrific. So I imagine him he's got a coffee mug full of vodka. And, he's obviously chained to the desk like all these guys are.
How would you not be drinking heavily if that is what happened to you in your life? Because Lorne Michaels is like, oh, he's able to channel this kind of sweet, lovable character on the show. Let's force him to be that in real life.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God. What a great start.
Exactly.
I'm going to shake you.
It started getting exhausting. He's like, I can't keep this up. He's like, I got to get fucking hammered all the time. I would, too.
I mean, I've heard from people I know
Yes, Connor, yeah.
that, like...
Please, I was waiting.
Well, also, like, if you ask Lorne, to this day, who his favorite cast member of SNL in history, he goes, Jimmy Fallon.
What?
Yeah.
And I think it might be some kind of, like, weird puppeteering.
That's insane.
Jimmy Fallon, I own him.
Yeah, Jimmy.
My little puppy dog, Jimmy. I can make him do whatever I want.
I love Jimmy.
The tightest ass.
Watch me. I press up on this remote and he moves.
He goes, I walk into this little doorway and I become him.
Remember that chess player who had the vibrating anal beads?
Yes. Yes.
It's just Lorne and Jimmy. Laugh.
Jimmy's like,
He's just been coming this whole time. That's what his laugh sounds weird.
Yeah,
He's
they're like,
coming.
he's hammered. They're
He's
like, no, he's
hammered.
being controlled by Lorne Michaels with anal beads.
He is a monster, though.
Yeah,
What?
But like,
Do you know
like
stuff?
he gets really drunk with staffers.
Come on, leak some private info.
Really? Come on.
I mean, all right, I can't, no names or anything like that.
No names,
but I have friends who currently, this feels even kind of bad to do. But
right.
I just
No
know people.
names,
I know
no
people who
names.
have worked there, and the turnover there is insane. Too.
Yes, that's what this whole article's about.
Like
It's
people
constant
are
new
like,
people.
holy shit! Because dude, when you get a writing job for like the Tonight Show, you start off $5,000 a week. Your life changes, and it's a whole year show. So you're making $5,000 a week for you in the rest of your life, apparently, like supposedly.
Yeah.
Right.
And then like 3 weeks later, they're fired with no reason, and they have no idea why.
Huh.
And he is just a fucking drunk psycho who
Yeah.
they don't
If you're
talk
gonna
to
be
him.
drunk, you have to also be very generous, and you can't be like firing people for no
yeah,
reason.
he's
Your
not like
behavior
that.
has to like really line up.
He's a mean drunk. It's not
Yeah,
like you know, that's the difference. We're all like we love getting drunk. We're like it's the best.
Yeah.
He's like he's like your drunk dad.
Yeah.
Throwing
That you're
beer
like,
bottles.
Oh, fuck, dad's here. And, you know, it's like
Yeah.
an abusive stepfather type thing.
Ooh.
There's hold on, let me find this clip. But yeah, there's you know, I heard a couple stories of him like first couple years where he would get drunk with his employees and writers and be like, "Let's go, come on, let's go out, let's get fucked up." And then the night ends with him like wrestling people to the ground.
Yeah, well, I told you that, but yeah,
Well, I didn't know if you wanted to say it, so I was going to pretend I just heard it from
yeah. There's
somebody.
no names involved, but there was a guy who got hired to the show. They all
Connor
went out.
McNutt is our new New York City insider. He
Yeah.
moved back finally
You're
because
safe.
we missed you, bud.
Yeah, I missed you guys too.